early, and you have Necrobook.
Do we feel like Team Liquid is a little bit on a timer, or is that not a thing this game?
It's yes
like
and no.
35 to 4. What you?
Yes, great answer. I'm going to ask other people that question because this is not getting anywhere. It's time for game 3. Let's see how it's going to play out with Liquid and OG. And commentary team, I will be Moxie and Purge.
Man, I don't know what happened to panel between Game 2 and Game 3, because Game 2, they were really spot on with everything. Game 3, they're talking about pushing people over and using their horses, and I don't know, Purge. I'm just so excited that we have a Game 3 here going on, and we already got some action.
Might have a first blood. Yeah, the people get vision. There's a lot of stuns here.
Yeah.
Bounce though.
Hey, they're right back in. They're eliminated. He starts a little bit longer, but they might be able to turn this around. They might be able to get a kill on No Tail, although Bo3 going and throwing out that Astral Imprisonment. It's gonna have them just split off, and this is not looking great now for Mickey as he's forced to use the Fairy Fire Rush. The Blood right here still gonna go down Thompson. He gets himself a double kill. This looks like a great mid lane for him to start off with, but they could turn this back around. Thompson sitting at 17 hit points. He's gonna be able to survive this.
Was hardly a challenge.
Really close. I didn't know if he was going to want to because then he was not going to heal, but great salve. Healed up in 3 kills to start things out for OG. This is the upside to the heroes that they have. Chaos Knight has a stun. Wraith King has a stun, single target. They also had Aether Remnant on Void Spirit. It's very easy for them to kill 3 single target stuns and a little AoE. So it might hurt their laning stage a little bit. Thompson's not coming up the last hit with Resonant Pulse. They'll have to use Aether Remnant instead, which is less reliable and less effective. And mid one's also going to have a stun instead of like Vampiric Spirit or Mortal Strike. Not too weird for them.
Yeah, I think Thompson's okay with getting 2 kills right off the bat and going to lane, right?
A good exchange for sure. He's already got a full Null Talisman. He's also 200 gold towards his next Null Talisman. So definitely a decent lane.
Gonna have to duke it out here with Koifa in this mid lane. Top and Sani and Soxa just gonna be trading back and forth a little bit, making the breathing room for Mickey and Zeb.
Lane this though. Insania in a little bit of a weird place. Yeah. He got slow level 1. Ton of damage.
Oh
like
yeah.
6 HP. Oh no!
What's up? There it is up there.
He got fade bolted, so Salva's gone. He could have juked in the trees, but he kind of stood there. Soxa poked his head and I was like, yoink! Really did like a 350 damage fade. So Insania already in a tough place, not having Stroke of Fate. A little harder now. These guys stay here. And as a result, mid one's laning 1v2 against a OD and an Earth Spirit, and he looks to be in some trouble here.
Yeah, I don't know. Taiga's just gonna chase him down.
He gave up. He knew he wouldn't be able to get away. There's boots on Earth Spirit already, so.
How do you feel about this? The fact that they're running this tri lane top and leaving the Wraith King alone. Although another initiation here for a moment. The draw back over onto Insania. Seth does have that Chaos Bolt, and he will be able to collect a kill. Like, is this the play here? Obviously, the fact that Seb is going to have a difficult time, catching up if he falls behind, but leaving mid one alone and letting them get the kill.
It's a little tough because you're basically punishing a support in exchange for your core getting punished. Middle he's only got 3 right now, so he's not doing great. But on the bright side, the OD also has kind of equally low last hits, and OD did get some nerfs that are probably more significant than Wraith King's. Wraith King's stun is a 17-second cooldown at level 1 right now, which is going to hurt his ability to kill heroes and defend himself in the laning stage. OD lost 5 movement speed, 1 armor, and he can't orb as often. So, but he can do stuff like this. Guarantee that the banish doesn't hit him.
Back here over onto mid 1. Decent amount of damage being traded back and forth as they created themselves their own little mini lane off the side.
Oh, and also banish now. Astral Imprisonment costs 150 mana instead of 1. So he won't be able to do as much in the stage, but he should still be able to get his hammer around the same time.
Now, I know there's some very strong feelings on OD in the offlane. What are your personal feelings about this? Besides the fact that, of course, he did just get nerfed.
Really good at laning, for sure. Like, you have good matchup advantages, but then you get to a position where you only have AoE. It's based on your Meteor Hammer only, and then you end up falling off a lot compared to... But you can transition into, like, saving allies or setting up allies. That can work. But if you're just trying to win lane, it's really effective, for sure, in the right matchups. But it's definitely weaker. The laning stage definitely got nerfed here, so we'll see if it still feels useful.
It's a nice combination being able to throw out the Wraithfire Blast and follow up, of course, with the Light Illuminate, and having the Chakra Magic always feels really nice.
Wraith King skeletons. They only do 34 damage instead of 37. Really doesn't matter. It'll make a small impact on his farm level. South getting interrupted on Wraith King. He's got plenty of tanks though. Tops and Oni mid lane, 27 last hits. That's very high. Has killed some wolves, I'm sure. It's got to be part of it, but keep in mind he got those early kills. Got his double null talisman really fast. He's got a full bottle.
The next level play, next level play.
50-50.
Going up top, the better mid player here. Even gets a kill on the wolf.
He's happy. Quickful just back in jungle a lot now. He's not farming that poorly either. 23 last hits on him, so everything's going fine. CK's doing really good. Seb got 20 last hits.
So, Mickey's having a little bit of trouble here. Does have the wand, though, or rather the stick. Heal back up. He's got Insania nearby to go and put the salve on him.
This is the lane that's going the weak. Mickey's still last hitting well, but Bloodseeker has to be careful not to die too much. I think the Wraith Band is perfect against CK. You just basically need to make sure he doesn't kill you too many times in lane. A little OD-esque.
I get tossing on down here on the bottom lane. We'll just slow down no tail a bit, but a lot of skirmishing back and forth between these two here in this bottom lane.
Just creeps together. We grabbed a bounty, nice.
He had the haste
Benefit of
room,
haste.
worked out pretty nicely for him. That's a nice filled up bottle. Roll forward over onto no tail to kick back, but can't follow up with really anything beyond that.
He spent 150 mana to do a whole bunch of damage to no tail, so this is worth it. Making them run around like this to chase after him is time, because this is going to buy time for the Meteor Hammer to finish. But once Meteor Hammer gets finished, then we're going to see heroes start dying. Like, if they banish and set up on Wraith King or Coddle can't interrupt that disable, that chain. If it goes opposite way, if they go on Coddle, yeah, Wraith King could interrupt, but it's probably only a matter of time until they get a kill, because OD is over leveled here, and because he's pretty darn close to getting his 400 gold away.
Roll forward again over here onto mid one. Stone tossed out over onto no tail. Fire Blast comes in, but Ty gets just a little bit outside of that Illuminate.
Good job pressing. They might kill Wraith King. Yeah, they banish him. Okay, never mind. He's got a 13 stick. Not enough spells just yet, but he's low.
Get up a couple pings. They know that Tyga's going to roll forward though again over onto no tail. They should be able to go and get this kill. Tyga's going to be able to walk away. Goes and pops his own stick. Foxy waiting, does not, of course, have that Meteor Hammer just yet. Going for the dive here. Can they punish this? Look at this. Look at all the TPs coming out. They're saying, God, why is Foxy allowed to do this? He should not be allowed. As Thompson makes his rotation, gets himself a kill.
The fall of the
Nerf right there. 5 movement speed, 1 less armor. He has that kill otherwise.
Tyga? And he finds it. Saksa can't get enough damage off. Oof.
Radiant's
Having the
courier
mana.
has been killed.
I don't even know how he saw him. Did he just guess? I have no idea. That was insane.
Yeah,
No.
he must have.
Huge kill. That's gonna recover things now. Meteor Hammer very close. 75 gold to go for Boxy. And because Wraith King isn't even 6 yet, that's really terrifying for extremely killed.
Look at this. All right, let's get the replay here. Just the roll on in. Bam! Right on him. Fix his bones to the curb.
I don't think he had vision. He just...
Look at the smile on his face.
He just did it. That's insane. Going on no tail on the bot lane. Damage. Probably gonna die.
Yeah, he's going to die.
Wait. Okay, yep, he did die.
Yep.
You're right. Fully blocked in. No escape there.
No.
For the Horseman. A rough one for Carl. He's only died twice. He's 1, 2, and 4. He's been doing okay. Bloodseeker is doing all right top. Not amazing. CK is certainly doing better. That's one really good thing for OG. Looks like CK is going to go for a fast armlet. So he's going to use this to lane control, do a lot more damage than we normally see out of CK. Keep in mind, the CK off lane, not the best team fight, but he's a very good lane winner. And if you get ahead in net worth, you can be really effective.
And they have been spending so much time chasing Tyga around here. The 8th Remnant just a little bit too slow coming up from Thompson.
I love that he put a ward down before he TP'd as well, so he still got something done by being here. Thompson also very farm this team, so that's what they're going to have to deal with on the Liquid side. But they're small net worth advantage, but I guess one solution is just to leave the lane against the OD.
Just watching the wolves in the Necro book just chomp away over at No Tail. What a hero. What a hero Lycan is, and what a item Necro book is right now. I'm surprised that. I guess we'll probably see items getting attended to a little bit later. Although the top lane will go, they'll land that Inkswell, they'll take down Saksa. Instead of just having to teleport out.
It's the lane that they need to stabilize on Liquid side. They need to get Bloodseeker more. They can't let him just stay in this solo 1v1 setup. I do love that they just left the lane against Boxy on the Meteor Hammer though. Once he completes it, they just don't play here because it's not worth it. If you just leave him by himself, here's the negative. You can't push fast. Yes, you can Meteor Hammer creep wave, but then you can't Meteor Hammer the tower. So if you just leave the lane, most offlane heroes will just AoE the next creep wave, they'll skip the creep wave, and then the tower dies relatively fast. But just leaving him here is going to buy them time to jungle and still gain some net worth without allowing him to punish and wield his net worth advantage.
Well, they're bringing in someone, though, here in this bottom lane. They have a nice ward, though, to scout out some vision. Thompson's down. Take down a ward on the side. And already, though, you can see Boxy's just backing off here. 10-minute runes are going to be up. Thompson making his way forward here. He's going to run into Taiga and No Tail, but they have that setup here with the Meteor Hammer. Thompson, though, is a little bit off the mark here as they'll try to put out as much damage. They get the rupture off, though, over here on Thompson. He's sitting up high, but they have the snow. If they kill him enough, they drop the hammer. Down goes Thompson. They'll get a kill on Saksa, and now they're going to wait patiently for their next victim, and it's going to be a No Tail.
Still works out great. Awesome rotations there by Liquid, and the benefit of the OD setup is it buys you 4 seconds to initiate. Most ODs aren't actually maxing Astral Imprisonment all the way here, but Boxy goes for it. It gives them a little bit more time to rotate over, and they're barely able to punish Thompson. Huge fight, and now Liquid sitting with a Lycan on the top of the network. Just the engagements. Keep an eye on the map when the TP start. Here's the Banish. Here's the Meteor Hammer. Instant TP from Bloodseeker. He's going to rotate over very close to the right timing, but a little off here. Ends up jumping to the left, sees the Necro units run straight into Bloodseeker, and then the OD ulti. Barely able to kill him here. So the other benefit of picking OD here is that he's playing against a Void Spirit. Void Spirit has a lot of mana, therefore he gets more mana when he banishes him back, which is OD damage. Decent setups there.
Looks like they found a kill on mid one while we were watching that replay.
Oh my god, that
is
was without like an ult.
Had a little help from Insania.
Yeah, he didn't skill his ulti, so he didn't lose it at least, but huge that they're able to kill the enemy carry like that without too much.
Tower is under attack.
This is nice, though. We have Insania rotating now to the bottom lane. Taiga's also there, and there is a 3-on-3, but the teleports are coming out, actually, trying to punish Koifa. Thompson hunting through the woods, not going to be able to quite find. Drops the Aether Remedy, still hiding off into the trees. He's going to run forward, though. He gets spotted out by Saksa. Saksa, though, taking a lot of damage from all of these creeps. He is going to fall, but they'll be able to get themselves a return kill. Bottom lane, though, No Tail was here. He's got the blinding light. Looks like he's barely, that little bit of burn. We'll take him out. And a courier goes down. Koifa just happens to find it over there. God, everything is just happening.
Great gank from Koifa, kills the support and a courier.
Yeah,
he died, but good.
Drops down the blood right. Thompson sidestepping it very nicely. They'll use the rupture. They need detection though. The wolves still standing nearby over on the mid lane. Mid one taking a lot of damage. Yeah, again, he's just ticking down to this Earth Spirit. The damage that's coming out. He's trying to lifesteal off of it. They drop another rock. Okay, that's going to be the reincarnation. He's coming back up again. Do they go back in? Thompson, they see him. They have a sentry ward down. Liquid just backing off. They're going to respect it. Reset. Go back to
It was kind of cool there, and the rupture as well, because like while it didn't kill Void Spirit and they didn't get the detection there in time, it did buy them time to pressure mid one. I mean, they burned his ultimate, so next time they go for him, he is super vulnerable. He does not have his armlet finished yet. He's absolutely killable. He is close to it, about 200 gold to go, but it's definitely putting some good map pressure on, and they've got Lycan ulti ready to go on the top lane, so next fight is going to be hard to slow down. If they can kill Seb, this will be really big.
Well, there, look, they've got the wolf, they've got the Inkswell on the land, but the follow-up here coming out from Thompson. Can they go and take down Taiga fast enough? It's looking like they'll be able to find it. Over the back lines of No Tail, he's just having such a dangerous time here as he's just getting chomped away by all the summons, but over the back line, Koifa, he does fall. No Tail still trying to play ring around there as he's trying to get away. He's like, team, please help me. Thompson, look at the damage he took just from that one Necrobook creep. But on the bottom lane, oh dear. They have found themselves a mid one. down, and they will take down the king.
Okay, they got him at least. I think No-Tail got pretty lucky there. The summons missed a lot. Blinding Light gives a 40% miss chance. I saw like 3 or 4 attacks that got missed in a row, so that helps keep them alive. And then the fact that everybody in OG is ready to go on the Lycan. They don't have the best AoE stuns, but they have amazing single target disable. So being able to just jump on Lycan and lock him down pre-BKB is one good option. And they kill, that's 2 deaths in a row now for Quakefa. The game's pretty even at this moment.
It is pretty crazy the amount of pressure that both teams have been able to put on the position ones.
Good job, but Bloodseeker's in a better place. He should be accelerating pretty fast. He's got Blood Rage maxed out, and he has the Maelstrom, which is the best way to accelerate. You can pressure lanes, you can pressure goal. Well positioned. The supports on the OG side are sitting fine now. Sox is level 8, as is No-Tail, so they're in decent spots, but the game's pretty much wide open at the moment.
I had this feeling that the game 3 was either going to be very fast or it's going to be a long one, and I have a feeling this one's going to be a bit of a long one.
It feels like right now. Obviously, Lycan's going to fall off a little bit as we go ultra late game, but kind of so will CK a little. Maybe not because his net worth is the highest in the game, though. He's almost got an Echo Saber picked up after his armlet. His damage is going to be insane, actually. Echo Saber works really good with CK at the moment. His Chaos Strike is a chance to proc, not like a hit on the first time like Wraith King's is now. So his damage is going to be crazy good. And because all Liquid's cores are very like single target survivable, CK deals with those kinds of heroes pretty well. He doesn't have AoE, but he can kill these like high HP.
Soxa knows that they're keeping tabs on him. They do have that sentry ward, but I'm not sure he's aware of how many people are coming down here. Teleports are coming out the silence. Taiga rolling full tops. He does have a double damage. He's going to try to punish Taiga for going too deep here. Mickey, the follow-up doesn't use the pressure on the roll forward coming out from Taiga. He's absolutely fine. Boxy drops her meteor hammer onto two. They get the kill on Soxa, and it's looking like they'll get the kill on Thompson as well. As now Mickey just trying to man fight over here with this OD, just chalking him down. That is going to be the big grenade, but Sen is here over onto the back line. He's got Taiga down. There's going to be a lot of damage coming out. Boxy, he can't stand it. He is going to fall. Mickey tries to man fight. There's just too much here. It's Quakefa nibbling away over the back line. He can't do enough damage. Will they be able to get the stun out? No, they're not going to be able to. Mid one, he's still let down at the last second. And Stadium throwing down the stroke of fate will take out mid one.
The next level
carrying the game for his team here. He's even got the Possessed Master. 7 strength, 7 more lifesteal here. Absolutely dumpstering that fight. It was really cool how it started though. That was Grimstroke ulti, double banish with OD, and then he drops the hammer. It hits both these guys. Watch for the Grim ulti as they go in. Insania moves forward.
Right here.
Here comes the leash. There's the banish. They did it at literally the same time. And the hammer hits 2 heroes. It looks great. CK on the backline there has already beaten somebody up who I assume is going to die. Yeah, that was Quakefa losing half HP during his ulti. Seb is the problem right now, without a doubt. He is too tanky. Mickey did try to fight him, but he can't out DPS him. And Seb is going to lifesteal way too much back. So now their lack of AoE is hurting him a lot here.
Looks like they're going to try to make plays on the bottom lane again.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
See No-Tail spoke up over on the side. Seb is still here though. It's the Wolves again, trying to get that ink swell off fast enough. It'll land on Seb. Stroke of Fate going right through the roll through, coming out from Taiga. Over onto 3. Magnetized. Banished off, all with the meteor hammer, but the banish coming back out. Taiga's going to be able to run? No, he's not. We'll turn their attention again here over onto Seb. He's toggling very nicely though. Needs to get some more damage out. They need to do it fast. The test does go down. They'll find a kill on Thompson, and these puppies are on the run here. They can see Soxa, and they want his blood. Down he goes. Mickey gets a double kill, and down goes the tower.
The only reason Soxa died there was the nerf to Coddle 2 days ago. The recall took 5 seconds instead of 3. Soxa dies because of it. Impactful patches matters, guys. It's another great example, but completely different fight for the reason that Seb uses ulti, he goes in, but the difference was Liquid gets to go on him first. They burned Magnetize and all of Earth Spirit's AoE to lower the illusion health, lower the HP of Seb, and that's why they got the kill. So if Seb can pop his ulti, go hit a backline, fight somewhere else before like Taiga goes in, they can absolutely win fights, but Taiga is the solution right now to dealing with the CK until he finishes Heart. And once he gets his Heart, it's going to be a very different game. Because one of the big advantages to Heart right now, I think this works, is that it gives a lot of regen. The regen that you get also applies to your illusions. So even though your illusions are weak to AoE damage, Heart helps offset that, not to mention giving them just a huge amount of damage in HP. So once he finishes Heart, game's going to change again here for OG, but he's He's only about 2,600 gold away from it. Once he gets that finished, Seb's gonna continue being a monster.
It still feels like it's so neck and neck here as well. These fights have, yeah, look at this map, my God.
Yeah.
Back and forth. So both these teams, they really want this series. Very important for Liquid here as well.
What they really need on Liquid side is an AC on like, that's certainly going to be huge. A lot of physical damage coming from CK, from Wraith King, even a bit from Void Spirit. If they get an AC, armor for their team, minus armor against their opponents, that will certainly help them in these fights. Slow down a bit. Almost had Drum, then he died twice. Times AC's coming a little slower.
We are going to see the Ags very, very soon for Thompson as well, which could be very, very nice for the side of OG. Having that little bit of extra silence is always very, very useful, especially against heroes like the Grimstroke, right? Very important. They've been putting the Inkswell on the Wolves most of the time because they're so speedy, and they can set up nicely with it.
Almost no threat to putting the Inkswell on them. They're very likely going to pop on somebody. It's a good way to initiate. Classic combo. Maybe not classic, but it's a more recently discovered one, like less than a year or two ago. It's good. But
they're going for the Dark Portrait on Insania. I've been seeing this more and more, and I like it. I really like it.
It's a good game for it. Do we have a Radiance? Yeah. Wraith King's also building Radiance. So you got two options. You either put it on Wraith King to get a Radiance illusion that crits sometimes, or you put it on the CK, who also has incredible illusions and is building towards it. It's a great game for Dark Portrait. This makes a lot of sense.
I love it. I love it. This is going to be a bit before they reach it, but there's a haste picked up by Taiga. They spot out Sox. The Thompson, though, over on the low ground. So it's a little bit of a split-up fight. They get the silence off, though. Mickey backing off. Sox is still man-fighting with Taiga. There's a whole other thing going down, but they do manage to let over here onto Thompson, but it's not looking great now for Foxy, because mid one is running in fast. They drop the Aether Rim. They're not going to be able to quite go around, but they'll turn back around. They're kiting the Wraith King very, very nicely here, as Taiga does run himself away. At these Necro Book units, they're chalking away over on the back line. They'd love to go and finish up over here onto No-Tail. He's trying really hard to stay alive. And they'll just reset.
So only Rubik dies, surprisingly. A lot of spells used, though. Illusion is, or his ulti is just such a low cooldown. The cooldown reduction, but it's up again in 30 seconds. It's like he's just always ready to fight here. But they pick up Sox on the back line. King getting recalled to the bottom half of the map, which was a bit safer.
I like how they had their own little 1v1 going on while everything else was happening in the river.
There was a blood rage too, and I thought that would be kind of impactful because they did pop magnetize on the Rubik, but hey, get a kill, take him out of there, and that lack of disable taking him out probably helped out anyways.
Closer and closer to that heart over on Chaos Knight.
Basically. No-Tail going to full item too. Perseverance straight into Lincoln's Sphere. He wants to stop the disable. Whoever it goes on, Rupture or Banish or I guess that's the big ones. Maybe Grimstroke ulti you could block, but a little hard.
Yeah.
Boxy trying to finish his BKB because he is definitely vulnerable to getting ran at right now.
I like the way Liquid's moving around the map too. They're really kind of sticking together for the most part, so if anybody gets initiated on, they can immediately respond. But that is the heart completed, and it is the fastest this patch.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, we don't see CK too often. Seb won his lane, played very well so far. Only died one time, so yeah, he's not surprised he's got the heart at a good time.
Dire's bottom tower.
How do you feel about the itemization over on Thompson? Because I know a lot of the times we'll tend to see the Void Spirits going for the Yules first because it's also a save and it's a setup. In this case, he opted to go for the Ags first.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously Ag's Void Spirit is very common. It's like one of the two builds. And Yules, it's nice to have Yules for sure because he can protect himself from the silence setups, but most of the silences are like, with the exception of like Earth Spirit 1, they're easy to dodge. I mean, not easy, but they're dodgeable with Dissimilate and other spells. So I think it'll be fine based on it.
See Thompson opening up. They have the Rupture with the Blood Right. Foxy making his way over here. Thompson being held in place. Needs to be a little bit careful. The roll. Nice step down over to the bottom side, but he's going to be able to keep dodging around. Stepping forward. They get them linked up here with the Grimstroke. Will be double silence coming out as well. And has a lot of damage. Thompson, he goes down so quickly here. Nice save coming out from Foxy. He's going to be able to keep him alive. Soxa goes down. Over on the side, mid one, thinking he wants to go back in again, but he's getting kited. Mickey might need a little bit of help from Foxy. He has a BKB to go and drop the hammer. But get the first life of this Wraith King as now. They turn right back around. Taiga rolling on out. Easy peasy. They have their eyes over here on the CK. He's a big tanky boy here for this kill on Thompson. He doesn't have buyback after this, he already did. Trying to dissimulate by a little bit more time. Mid one though. Okay, Thompson goes down. Mid one. He's the only one standing right now, trying to run away, and they just chased him down. Mickey with the ultra kill.
And it's not just Mickey there, guys. That was Taiga saving his ass multiple times. Taiga playing so aggressive, rolling into 3 huge heroes with Inkswell on. He looked super dead when he has Ghost after. He pops it, buys him time to disengage, he rolls away. Then Mickey gets in trouble, but then Taiga swings back in, punches Mickey to safety. Also kind of lucked out. He rolled through some neutral creeps, therefore Mickey could kill them and then re-engage with more HP. It was really sick. What a fight for Liquid, and now they get an Aegis. That is even better here for Team Liquid. They're in a good spot right now. CK's starting to feel a little bit less effective, even though he is hard to kill. But importantly, Liquid's feeling like they can just kite him consistently.
And I mean, they definitely have. We're getting so close to the Aghanim Scepter over on Insania. We'll have that Dark Portrait up soon. BKB completed now here for the Bloodseeker. Liquid is playing their draft exceptionally well with the speed that they need to be doing it.
Sure. Yeah, and the items are finished basically. About 15 gold here for Grimstroke. Ags is finished on him. Hell, Soulbind, the Wraith King to the CK. Then you get 2 Dark Portraits. That would be sick too.
Oh, baby.
Why pick, you know? AC is about halfway done for Lycan. And now Bounty Fights.
Taiga realizing that something feels a bit off. He's going to roll back in again, just taking that Aether Remnant to the face. Not really too worried about it, though, because he has the rest of his team standing very close.
Thompson's net worth has dropped off so hard this game. He was top for a bit there, but a couple crucial deaths, they've done a really good job of dealing with them. And it's really hard, because he kind of has to be the frontliner. This is, again, one of the issues of not having a traditional off-lane hero, is that those heroes usually stand in the front, but Wraith King is a little scared because of the mana drain. He hasn't bought a shard yet, so maybe he's not that worried, but CK is more of a counter initiator or initiator directly. Like, someone has to give the vision, and Thompson being gone at, he just has to try to stay alive. Maybe Yules would have been better with that considered, but Silence is good too. It's just they haven't quite had the right setups for him.
It's been very difficult. I mean, one of the reasons why Seb had such a nice start too, besides, you know, the fact that the laning went especially well from him, is the fact that, like, he's able to swing around these angles. Like in the bottom fight early on near the tier 1, he was able to kind of help get the pick off, and they didn't initiate on him, so he was allowed to have this free reign. But oh my gosh, there we go. We have the Assault Kiras finished now for the Lycan. And they're hunting Seb right now. Boxy has a haste drill. Gonna find him though. Be able to stay alive here. But again, we do have Dark Portrait online for Insania. They are just trying to take over this map.
Tune up Shard wants to get those extra wolves on the map.
No tail, no. Run. Oh, okay, that's a good play here. Taiga spends a little bit of time on the cliff. Of course, can roll right back down.
Perfect placement. Blinding Light to stick him there. Alive Sentry is going to spot out the ward. Able to steal Banish with that at least, so protect his allies. Be really good if somebody gets ruptured. Just keep banishing him.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Extra cast range for Bloodseeker. Just wants to better be able to land Rupture on the right guy. And it's kind of crazy that Liquid's been in this good place in the game. They haven't even taken the mid-tier 1. It hasn't even felt like that at all. All the fights they've taken have felt pretty decently on their terms, but just trying to win fights, get skirmishes, and not too worried about buildings just yet. Surprising.
Elven Tunic up now. Found from the OD. They're chasing after Seb. Use the Rupture on him. So immediately, using that ultimate, the roll forward. He's got his BKB though, so he can stand and fight. Mickey with his own BKB is going to turn right back around. He's taking a decent chunk of damage as we do get on the back lines. That Soulbind gonna walk away here. Seb is just standing his ground, trying to mid-fight, and he's so tanky, but they have plenty of damage. Mid-1 though, dropping the hammer, coming out now from Boxy. Can they take him down? It's not looking very good. It looks like Seb does finally go down over on the lines though. Boxy, he's trying to run away. He doesn't have much health left as they find the kill over onto Thompson. The roll forward coming out from Taiga. He's looking for anybody else who's straggling around. Not gonna find it. They immediately turn and make this into a tower push. Is there still a fight going on? Are they chasing after mid-1?
A little bit. A perfect reaction from Liquid though. Instant Ghost Scepter. Like Seb had the BKB there. He popped Ghost Scepter and Earth Spirit.
Taiga roll it right into mid-1. Stroke of Fate comes out though. Taiga is going to be able to survive this again. It's looking pretty damn good. The management comes out. The Gold will be able to pop that reincarnation. Mickey coming right back up against Thompson. Goes down the roll forward coming out from Taiga. He's just stabbing around him survive this either. Mickey gets himself a double kill and they'll get themselves
There are five dead heroes on the OG side. It is looking like this game is trending towards over. Dark Portrait there on the Wraith King doing tons of damage in that fight, even killing the Keeper of the Light. And it's just, it feels almost impossible for OG to fight now. Void Spirit's trying to get a Eul Scepter, but it does kind of feel like the lack of Euls has hurt him a lot here. They interrupt the Rolling Boulder, but he's got Ghost Scepter. Dark Portrait gets made, runs around with a little wacky, but picks up the Inkswell, gets a great pop on 2 heroes. It's gonna solo kill the Rubik here. Ends up guaranteeing that the Coddle goes down as well, and they are just running down Wraith King.
Now those Mjolnir procs over there with the lightning. Just doing them in here.
Yeah. Really good against Radiance too. Every time the Radiance ticks, it gives you a chance to get Mjolnir Reflection.
Look at the reaction.
I looked frustrated. He was like, "What are you doing, guys?" To his allies, what it looked like to me. Pretty decent item, Cloak of Flames. I assume Element Tunic goes to Bloodseeker. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Make him faster, give him evasion, more attack speed, all excellent stuff.
Taiga's just playing out of his mind this game, I have to say. Oh, Seb, everywhere you are, there they are too. So connects, the rest of the team is here, and he was tanky early on, and now he just looks like paper purge.
Yep, it's only a matter of time until CK starts to feel like a weaker hero. Hard, you basically have to like take this net worth advantage and you have to just like carry it into ganks, transitioning. Like if he buys, like I'm not saying this is the right item build, but if he goes like Blink instead, then you can do things like ulti in darkness, blink in, jump and kill guys. But it's like, it takes a lot of resources to do this. It's a little hard to execute. And ever since then, it's just been Liquid finding decent initiations. OG just doesn't feels confident looking for these fights because they are hard to execute. Like how do they even initiate a game?
Thompson jumping over onto the OD. The roll forward though again coming out here from Taiga. Go to stun him up, hold him into place, throw a couple hits out, and Thompson is no more.
Just getting chained to
And now they're already pushing into the base.
Which was natural habitat.
Dash.
Clip your own Lycanwolf? Oh, that's so sick.
Mid-one, he can't stand toe to toe with him. He can't stop this push.
Can't.
Look at this, they've got their Dark Portrait. It's just chasing after Soxa, chunking away at him.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
The roll forward again coming out from Taiga. They'll stun him up. Save coming out from Boxy for a moment. Not going to be able to roll on out this time here, Taiga. Just going to be a little bit too far out. So he does eventually fall to mid-one. But they already took a tower and they took most of the buildings here in this bottom. Just a little bit of health with 101 hit points left on that Rax.
I'll bash her up on Bloodseeker with the same attack speed, sorry. So it should be really easy for him to deal with these BKB heroes now, considering he's also got BKB. So they've just got the itemization here to offset the high HP single unit cores, the CK and the Wraith King. Bloodseeker is looking really solid here. If he can, especially if he can kill one of them as this fight goes down. That last fight at the bounty rune top, he ended up killing the CK in time, got a huge heal out of it, like 1,000 HP or something. You can't win the engagement after that for OG. It's like they're gonna sit back there. I think they're really worried about a smoke at the moment, or they're backing themselves to smoke.
Either way, someone's smoking, right? Yeah, look at this. Yeah, it does.
Nobody's smoking.
No one's smoking. All right.
They're in a great position on Liquid, but the game's not over. 7k advantage for them. They could definitely still throw this if they have a bad team fight or two. And with Blink Dagger up on Wraith King, it can start a lot better for OG.
Here we go, Purge. Mid-one showing. Everybody else is smoked up on the side of OG. They're standing on the high ground. Baiting mid-one. Boxy, very far forward here, but not taking the bait. Realize, no one's showing in any of these lanes. Might be up.
Look to other heroes, go look to see if they could find like a split pusher on the top lane, for example, but not able to catch any. There's still no BKB on Lycan yet, so this is maybe what they're aiming for here. And curiously, Lycan also going different talents than normal. Shapeshift movement speed and the Feral Impulse. Most Lycans always go cooldown with Shapeshift duration, but he just wants the stronger damage, finally opting for the new talents.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under
now they want to fight.
Radiant's bottom.
Taiga's hunting. He's looking for whoever he can find here, and they aren't going to run into Seb. BKB immediately coming out. They also have the Brusher. Seb having to just kind of dodge around a little bit. Gets the off, but over on the side. BKB coming out. BKB's just taking too much damage. That's a 10 times kill streak. gonna get sliced apart. Over on the back lines, Taiga. He's not gonna be able to roll away from this one. Thompson getting himself a nice double kill.
Our portrait gets spawned, but it's like a void spirit and something else. So I mean, just basically Bloodseeker just overestimating his ability to fight the CK. CK still does an insane amount of damage. Just got Blitz Knuckles too, 35 extra attack speed, and they crushed that fight. That is what they were worried about. They overreached it a little bit too hard. They have to deal with the illusions, and then the Bloodseeker is going to be fine, basically. But they kind of just like went all in right away. He got completely surrounded, and then he's trapped. Doesn't have phase boost. He went treads on Bloodseeker, so I think he just got stuck in there. Nobody wants Aegis?
Yeah. Question mark?
Wraith King doesn't want it. CK is probably comfortable not having it.
All right, mid one. Oh, mid one. He wanted to.
You should have known
they want Thompson
better.
to have it or something.
Know your
All right.
place.
Thompson is.
There's wolves in there. Why? I think they're waiting for Cuddle to come up so that he could recall Thompson so Thompson could take it. Thompson was pushing the bot lane.
So greedy.
It was, but well played by Quakefa. Hangs out the wolves in the area. Here's
Oh my
Thompson
God.
way on the bot lane. He just got his ulti up. He turns it on. He starts the recall.
Oh.
And it's just too late. They can only kill one of the two wolves.
I can't believe that just happened. But yeah, good on Quakefa for sending those puppies in there.
Yeah, well done.
God, that's
It would have been funny if they timed out right before they killed the Aegis, and I could have said the patch matters again. The Lycan wolves only last 50 seconds instead of 50. I didn't get it though.
I'm sorry, Purge. You're gonna have to maybe find yourself a new slogan for those T-shirts. There'll be other games. There'll be more times. I'm sure you could say it again.
My new slogan is Alchemist offlane is usually bad, but not always.
That's a terrible slogan.
No. Too long?
That's way too long. Compared to like Capitalist whole thing of like, you know, Earthshaker good, Nyx Assassin, Bird Pig bad. I don't remember the other one.
OG has shown to us that Alchemist offlane is not always bad, so gotta update it.
I think we gotta work on your slogans, dude. Ever since Yellow Everyone, this is Purge. We've really gone downhill.
Been a long time since I got a new one.
We'll workshop it, don't worry. We'll ask the D&D folks what they think too. Smoke coming out though from the side of OG. They're hoping that they can get themselves a nice pick off here. Snowtail's just charging at Quakefa. Immediately though, the BKB coming out. Rolling in over onto the back lines. Taiga trying to make things happen here. Gets off the magnetize. They're gonna be able to go. They take down No-Tail. Mid one just ticking down. They're trying to go with time as much as possible. BKB though coming out from Step Boxy. He's already got his BKB up, but it's just taking so much damage. The leech comes out though over here onto the side. They do manage to take down Mid-Gay. Now they're turning their attention over here to Boxy. By a little bit more time as they chop down over on Thompson. Quakefa though, still running around. They take down Boxy. They'll chase down again. Taiga just doing so much work here. Stroke of Fate coming out. They'll take down Step. Can they grab mid one though? Look at Mid-Gay. He's on race car. Just running over there. They need something to cancel this TP. Never mind. They don't need anything to cancel the TP because they're just going to take him down for his first life. They'll go back in a second time. Can they get the kill again? Over here on mid one. Yes, they can. Quakefa on a killing spree as Sansa hiding in the trees. He says, oh, please, God, please. No, it's just a circle of pain as down he goes in the forest. The buyback coming out now from Seb. And just Liquid running him over, going right back in again.
That's what keeps happening. Ruby keeps stealing Dark Portrait from Insania. I'm like, where are these Dark Portraits coming from? But
Everybody wants to be an artist.
Bloodseeker making a bit of a mistake again. He keeps committing to fighting these two cores with BKB on when they both have BKB on. He's not going to win those fights generally. Mjolnir's doing no damage. They just have way better physical damage and they crit. He ends up dying, but the buyback helps him come back and clean up the Wraith King, and now they get a chance to go high ground. But if McKay does this one more time, there's going to be some issues.
He's got to play this very, very carefully. They don't have Boxy to come in and save him either. So, Fortification comes out. They'll clean up the creeps real nice like that. Quakefa with his army is going to assail this tower.
He's got to be careful.
No Wraith King still for another 30-something, but...
CK could ulti kill him. He doesn't have BKB. Oh, he did have BKB, but if he gets, I don't know, disabled some way and CK goes on him, like, he could definitely die here. So they're just gonna keep the map control for now, use the Necro 3 to do some dewarding, find a sentry. We'll see if they find the ward over here on the cliff. If not, it's almost dead anyways. They want utter roach control.
We're gonna see some more puppies in this game soon here, Purge. There is an Ags.
Oh, it's really good this game. So the biggest thing that holds Ags back from being good is that you need to have another melee core on your team. If you use it on a ranged hero, they become melee. Sniper melee, not good. I've tried it. It doesn't work.
Of course.
But a Bloodseeker, extra movement speed, base, okay, he's going to be so fast actually, because his base movement speed is going to become 650. Now when he gets percentage-based movement speed from Thirst, it's going to be based on his 650 movement speed, not his 365 movement speed. And he's going to get crits, and if Lycan and him are both slapping, they're just going to heal each other. It's actually pretty freaking cool, this game. I look forward to seeing it. A Bloodseeker is basically like a Lycan wolf anyways. He should be a Lycan. Fight him already.
No, he's not.
Blood kills people.
There are many creatures that go after blood and kill people. In fact, that's how most people die, is because of something going for blood to kill them. Perch, please.
It makes sense.
I do like this item over here on Taiga. He does have the ninja gear, so he's going to have even better placement. In fact, as I say this, immediately mid one walking forward into so many people, force out the BKB. He's still ruptured though. Does have to be careful. The Necro books, of course, just kind of running past him, trying to do some scouting. One held into place. Might, as mid one is still just man fighting over here. And he goes down for the first time. No-Tail still running away from the Dark Lord. But more importantly, the real Wraith King goes down.
Insania's owning these fights. He just instantly makes a Dark Portrait using the 30% movement speed bonus, and he uses it to just instantly go for the backline. Breaking Blink Daggers with Radiant Spurt, almost killing No-Tail. Only reason No-Tail lives is if he turns his ulti on, which gives him more movement speed. It's the only reason he's alive right now. So big fight there. Mid one did not expect to run into all of Liquid down there.
Hope not.
Yep.
But,
Big Foot bought something else. Give up on the eggs. He bought Basher instead, it looks like. He changed his mind. Unfortunate. Not going to see Bloodseeker in his natural habitat. Instead, going the item that makes sense. Abyssal Blade's going to help them counter BKB heroes, basically. Help them chain initiate.
There is a Silver Edge completed as well on Sep now.
Okay.
Immediately see it, obviously, but...
Break against Bloodseeker is very good.
Radiant are scanning.
But if he gets his BKB off, doesn't matter that much. But it's a nice item transition. Gives a lot of stats right now. No, it doesn't anymore. In. All right, less good than it used to be for us. Needs a way to initiate though. At some point as TK, you need a way to jump in to make the fight go more. And he's gone all damage. Reality Rift pierces spell immune and bonus Chaos Strike chance. So he's just trying to get as much damage as possible here.
Feels like this Wraith King has been dead for an eternity. Be back up in about 11 seconds, but the map has been just thoroughly covered here by the side of Liquid. They're moving together. And they're really trying to punish. In fact, look at this. Yeah, you can see the scouting coming out from the side of Liquid. They see Thompson over in the corner. Looks like he's going to be able to get out, though.
That's his only stun roll. So
again, this ninja gear just so value on this.
It's really good here. Just needs to be the guy that moves around and initiates. They've got Gem as well, so just should be utter map control. See if they find the one on the...
Well, they're hunting. A little bit of ships passing in the night as there's a smoke from the side of OG as well. They're hoping that this time they can get the initiation. No vision.
Roche could be up, so they're going to move over to the enemy high ground. If they control this area and they spot OG on the opposite side of the map, they could take Roche. If Roche respawns, it's up really fast actually. It's a 30-second respawn. Pretty good for Liquid. If they push out the top lane, they spot enough OG heroes bottom. Can't just be one though, because Cuddle can recall, but here's a Dark Portrait mid.
Dark Portrait over here on the Chaos Knight. The kick forward as the rupture. BKB coming up, but they have the Abyssal Blade coming out here from Mickey. He's chopping down. The hammer gets dropped. Stadia just taking him out here as they chase after No-Tail. No hope for him.
That's his dieback.
That is indeed. And look at the way that Liquid is just chewing through these buildings. Mid one jumping onto the back lines, going onto boxes. The fall good soulbind though. Will leave them together, hold them in place. Followed up with the blood right here. Taiga rolling around. They have the BKB up and running over here onto mid one, but they still take down Thompson. He is gonna fight back, jump over onto the ground. Mid one chonking away. Taiga's just gonna roll on out. They can go back in again. That's true. Coming out, they have another Dark Portrait just running onto the back lines. This is looking like a first time dead here for the side of this Wraith King, and it's looking like he's about to go down right here, right now. Double kill. Buyback coming out from Wraith backing. He's got to be very careful. He can't afford a die back.
They gotta end the game.
They're going for it, Purge. They're going right for it. They've got the creeps.
Radiant structures.
And they've got the damage. By God, they're sending the boys out. Say, hey, get these guys off of our buildings.
Little scary for Liquid, but not terrible. Man, they're controlling Void Spirit so easy this game.
They've got another Dark Portrait up. They're just, you know what? They're just painting portraits left and right. Mid one jumping in though. Immediately the silence, the save coming out from Bo3 SUPER. Trying to get them off these buildings. This is so hard. There's a big crit coming out here. Mickey backing off. They have the Abyssal Blade. They jump right back over onto Thompson. Mid one trying to put out as much damage. Can they kill Taiga? No, they have not been able to take him down just yet. Okay, now he does. He falls, but Bo3 goes down. Thompson goes down. The 5-backs are coming out. Bo3 coming right back, and so is Taiga. Mid one, he's got that reincarnation again. Coming back up. Can they kill Koifa here? Stunned up. He's locked down. It's looking pretty good. He's trying to run. He cannot. Mid one gets himself a double kill. No buyback over here on this Lycan.
Okay, well, it ended up not being worth it. I mean, I'm sure they would have loved to take Mega Creeps. The Tier 4 towers actually helped a lot there. They kept clearing the Dark Portraits. Dark Portraits take a lot of bonus physical damage, but they are magic immune. So every time you Dark Portraits and those get destroyed, it helps a lot. Then that Tier 2 tower still being up makes a big difference. And Roche is up. I totally forgot about that. They definitely could just back in Roche.
Buyback now.
After.
Coming out from Koifa, they want this Roche. No Thompson for 80-something seconds.
They have to do this, because if they don't buy back Lycan, their opponents can maybe posture for it.
Mid one.
Now they have 5 heroes.
Mid one, he's in the pit. They see him. Not gonna jump on him just yet. They gotta put the ink swell out. They'll just go turn around. They'll take down the vision. Taiga, though, rolling forward here. Does find Saksa. Mickey jumping over on him with the BKB almost immediately access. And they go and they drop the hammer. Mickey surging, wants to try to take out Seth. They get a nice little bite off with the Abyssal. Double Abyssal coming out now. It's beautiful. They go, they buy a little bit more time. They protect Mickey. Can they take them down? This is looking really good. Seth, he dies down. And now it's looking like they'll get Saksa. They'll wait patiently here from mid one. He's trying to run away. He cannot escape Liquid. They go and they banish him up yet again with the Meteor Hammer. No Tail tries to do anything that he possibly can to try to save his king, and he's not going to be able to. He goes down. No Tail gets taken down. Team wipe over on the side of OG.
And that is almost surely going to be the game. Unless Combo can defend by himself. We'll see. But amazing game from Liquid. They got to be so amped with this game. They played it very well. They had great hero counters. They dealt with the pressure of the road, and they had to win the series. This was their only chance to make it to the major, was winning this series.